Let's look at the 5 areas where fasting has the most benefit. Number 1 is for loss of visceral fat. Now, weight loss can happen due to calorie restriction, calorie tracking, doing a lot of cardio, being in a calorie deficit. But fasting has a preferential benefit for what we really care about for health, which is losing fat not just around your arms and legs and face, but also losing fat around your belly. Because it is that visceral fat, which is that fat around the liver, pancreas, which leads to metabolic conditions like insulin resistance, hypertension, fatty liver, chronic inflammation, heart disease, stroke risk, and dementia risk. Now, this was a study here in which they had 2 groups of people, 12 weeks, and one group had to consume all their food between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. So that gives them a 16-hour fasting window, 8 hours feeding window. And the other group could consume their calories anytime they liked. Automatically, there was a calorie deficit within the fasting group, about 340 calories per day on average. The control group, who did not do fasting, they gained weight over that 12 weeks, about 0.2 kilograms, while the fasting group, they lost weight. They lost about 2.5 kilograms. Even their systolic blood pressure came down by 7 millimeters of mercury. But I would say that this study is not that impressive. Why is that? Because we know that if you consume your food within a more designated time period, you will automatically go into a calorie deficit. And if you go into a calorie deficit, then you will lose weight. However, the next study is more impressive. This is a study which showed the loss of visceral fat, which is belly fat. That's the one we really care about. Published in 2020, JAMA Internal Medicine, randomized controlled trial, 12 weeks duration, a 16-hour fast. What did they find? In this group, the control group who could eat anytime they wanted, and remember, this was a calorie control trial, visceral fat loss, belly fat loss was 0.2 kilograms in the control group, but in the time-restricted eating group, it was 0.9 kilograms. So there was a 4 times more fat loss in the fasting group compared to the non-fasting group, despite the same amount of calories. That is more impressive.